So, history, a collaborative effort. Assure was created through the combined efforts of Robert Heinrich, Michael Molenda, and James Russell, and Sharon Smaldino. So, second is building on Gaines' work. The Assure model is rooted in the principle of Robert Gaines' 9-step instructional design model drawing. Inspiration from its emphasis on systematic instructional planning. So how Assure use? So first, organize instructional procedures. Assure helps teachers structure their lesson in a logical and effective way. And then second is assess student learning. It guides teacher in evaluating students' understanding and progress. So third, write lesson plans. So Assure provides a framework for creating detailed and well organized lesson plan. So third, for all presenters, the Assure model can be used by any presenters, not just teachers, to improve their presentations. Similarities and differences. So first, similarities of ADI and Assure. Um, they have both systematic approach. Both models provide a structured step-by-step process for designing and delivering instruction. So second is performance-based learning. Both emphasize creating learning experiences that focus on practical skills and knowledge application. And then third is interactive and innovative. So both models encourage the use of engaging and modern instructional strategies. So fourth, guided learning. So both prioritize a learner-centered approach where learners are actively involved in their learning process. So fifth, focus on student achievement and teacher development. So both models aim to improve student outcomes and enhance the professional development of educators. So, differences in evaluation. So, ADI employs a more traditional quantitative approach to evaluation. Learner performance is often measured numerically, and the focus is on achieving specific learning objectives, while in Assure takes a more holistic approach to evaluation. It considers both quantitative and qualitative data and places emphasis on assessing learners' understanding, skills, and attitudes.
The Assure model is an instructional design model that helps teachers to create effective learning environment by using technology and multimedia. This model uses as guide for planning and delivering instructions that incorporate with the media. Assure model uses technology and multimedia to enhance the learning environment. This model is more widely known to be used by teachers, especially in the 21st century learning and teaching. The learning environment and the context of learning become more engaging if it is incorporated with technology and media. What are the 6 steps of Assure model? First step, analyze learners. In this step, the teacher is assessing the characteristics of each and every student. This assessment includes the general characteristic of the student, for example, age, grade level, also their attitude and characters. Their way of learning was also assessed at this step. If the certain student was under that visual learner, auditory, kinesthetic, and more. Simply, in this step of the Assure model, the teacher analyzes the need of the students for better planning and how to deliver the instruction. Second step is state the objectives. In this step, the teacher needs to determine the learning objectives that the instructional plan needs to meet. This step describes the particular expected outcome of the instructional plan. Also in this step, this is a guiding step to be able to determine the methods and media that will be used in the instructional plan. Third step, select methods, media, and materials. In this step, the media and materials that are going to be used should be aligned to the methods of giving the instructional plan. In this step, the material are also incorporated with the media. The next step is to utilize media and materials. After the third step of determining the methods, media, and materials, in the fourth step, the teacher will utilize or will use the chosen media and materials. Fifth step is to require learner participation. In this step, since the plan was already tailored, the participation and engagement of the student is required to the learning process. With that, engagement and retention of the lesson is surely applicable. The last step and final step, the evaluate and revise. After the analysis of the learner, determining the objectives, selecting of methods, media, and materials, utilization of the media and materials, and the requirement of active participation. In this last part, the teacher will evaluate or assess the student's ability and knowledge about the learning plan that a teacher devises. In that way, it can help the teacher decide if the learning plan needs revision or not based on the effectiveness of the learning plan. Now we are moving to the strengths and weaknesses of Assure model. The strengths of Assure model. This model is easy to use and still powerful because this model already tackles the ability of the students so that the planning and instructing might become simple, yet it is easy to understand by the students. Another strength of this model is considered as a learner-centered model. Why? Because along the way of acquiring the learning plan, the students are required to give their full engagement and participation in some activities. While the weaknesses of this model is this model does not have a visual representation of the model, lacks in step in analysis, and it is limited to what it can be used for. Overall, the Assure model has a narrower scope than the other model. It also limits the creativity and it is time-consuming to follow the step-by-step of Assure model. Because of another reassessment of the learners.